Guys, any questions or anything you want to talk about? Anything come up this week that you want to deal with? No?
Sorry.
I was just asking for any questions or anything you want to talk about or. I can't believe it, man. I mean, it's okay. I will continue to open the space for questions. I know that you have questions. I know that as you're walking to school, you're like, oh, I wonder about that. And why is that happening? But you will ask me in your own time. We're going to do a meditation today on gratitude. So we're going to go through a bunch of steps. Yeah, so we're going to do a meditation on gratitude. Who knows what gratitude is?
So I'm really grateful.
What does that mean?
Like,
Appreciating what you have, being thankful. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys, do you have a practice for gratitude?
thank you.
No, I mean, like, is there something that you do consistently to remind yourself of how lucky you are?
Like, think that other people aren't as grateful.
Yeah, you can do that, like, but I think it's just important to remember that there are a lot of people doing a lot of things for you, and when you remind yourself about that, it's very helpful. It brings in like a positive, brings a lot of positive energy to you. So it's been shown in many studies that if you have a practice of gratitude, so it just means very simply having a daily time, whether it's first thing in the morning or last thing at night, where you just, we'll talk about it at the end, but you think about what is it that you could possibly be thankful for in your life? You know, is it that you've got food whenever you want it? Is it that you've got a roof over your head? Is it that you can turn the heating on in your house whenever you want? You know, is it that you could buy a foam roller right now? You know, you've got some money. Is it that you've got 2 parents? Is it that you've got 4 basketball coaches? Is it that you've got a physio? You've got people that want to teach you. There are so many things that you can think of, right? And what happens is, you know, we get into, you will experience this as well as a basketball player. I mean, maybe you already have, but it can get difficult in the season. You can start to think that things aren't going very well. You know, you can start to think that, oh man, I'm not getting minutes, I'm not getting playing time, coach doesn't like me, I'm not as good as I want to be, I'm not going to make it to my goals, am I going to make it to my goals? You know, I had a goal this year, I'm not making it, you know, that guy's better than me, why is he getting, you know, preferential treatment, all that. You can get into that kind of thinking very easily. And it's a negative, it's like if you think about it in terms of vibration, it's low vibration, it's low energy, it's not going to help you out. When you are in a higher vibration, like your energy is higher, you feel better. It's like, I mean, if you've ever gone into a game where you feel really confident, like things are easier. Life is just easier and a more pleasant experience when you are in a higher vibration, like when you are feeling confident and happy and in a good place. And gratitude, a practice of gratitude is like an anchor. It anchors you in that state. So if you start thinking about each and every day, just for a few minutes, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, oh yeah, I had that as well, I've got this person looking out for me, I've got these things going for me. I get a uniform, you know, it's, £75 basketballs, as many as I want in the storeroom. I mean, there is many. When you start pulling on the string, there are many things that you will find. Even if you think that your current situation isn't that good, as you said, there are many people who are in a way worse situation than you are in many different ways. But isn't it funny how most of the time we tend to look at the other side? You know, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. I wish I had this, I wish I had that. But it's like saying, I want to get money. When you say I want to get money, it means that you are focusing on the money that you don't have. It basically means that you are actually saying to yourself, I haven't got enough money. And that becomes your focus, the lack of money, instead of what it is that you want to experience, which is having more money. So actually, the way to accumulate more good things is to put your mind in the state of having those things. So thinking about, what would it be like if I had more money? How would I walk around? What would I do? And start thinking about and doing those things right now. So we are going to do a meditation now, and then if you've got any questions after, we can take them after. All right. So make sure you're sitting somehow. You can probably lie down if you want to. Yeah. If you want to find a position that you can lie down in or sit in. I think it is better to sit, but you know, we'll take it one step at a time. So make sure your position is relaxed, that you're not going to move for the next 6 minutes or so. And we close the eyes, find that position, and then we're going to do 10 breaths. Okay, so start with your out breath. You exhale and you count 1, and then you inhale, you count 1, exhale, count 2, inhale, count 2, and then all the way up to 10. What we're going to do now is I want you to think about the last time that you played an organized basketball game. And just think about the game for a second. Just take your mind there and recall what was happening in the game. I'm going to go back to a game that involves some of us here in the room. We played a game against Canterbury Kings last year. I'm going to use that game. So if you were involved in that game, you could use that one, or if you weren't, or if you don't want to, then you can choose a different one. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to think about one by one the people that were involved in that game happening. First of all, there are your teammates. Everyone had to agree that they were going to turn up and that they were going to give their best for your team to be able to play the game. Just take a second to be thankful that you've got teammates willing to show up, to be around you, and to elevate you, support you. also take a second to consider the opponent. They also had to show up for you to play the game. So you can take a few seconds to remember the opposing team, the players on those teams that, maybe you didn't like some of those guys, maybe you didn't enjoy playing against them, but it's important to be thankful that they came to the game to try to beat you. Then we can think about the coachings on either team, both teams. See if you can go through in your mind, what did the coach have to do in order to get that game played? They would have had to start a team, first of all, have the training sessions and organize you guys every day for quite a long time. And then communicate with the other team, send emails, make phone calls, to arrange a time so that the game could be played. The opposing team may have needed to book a minibus, communicate with a company or a school to do that, choose a team to play in the game. Maybe the coach had to have some difficult conversations with some players who weren't able to play the game. Now we can think about the staff around this game. 2 referees. Maybe those guys have a family. Maybe they have children, husband or a wife. They would have had to organize their time so that they could come referee the game. Table staff. You have a scorekeeper, timekeeper, maybe a statistician. At least 3 people on the table, 2 referees that organize their time, came to the game, and tried to make it as good of a game as they could. Then you can go to people in the audience. These are people like mums and dads. Maybe your mum and dad were there. Maybe some other members of your family. Friends, teammates. Maybe peers from your school or from the other school. All of these people made the experience possible. Then you can go to the organizers. Maybe the association has to organize these games. They have to think about hundreds of teams, organize tip times, collect license fees. Maybe there are 2 or 3 or 4 or 7 or 8 or 9 people that are doing these jobs, all for this one game to happen. Then there is the staff at the center where the game was played. They need to come to work, organize the booking system for the game to be booked on the basketball court. There are some people working in the leisure centre that need to clear the court and get the baskets out. They maybe need to store the basketballs and get the stands out for people to sit. We can keep going. There are the people that made the building of this place possible. Maybe you could consider all of the other teams in the division that agreed to play the games so that this game meant something. See if you can feel a sense of thankfulness and gratitude for all of those people that had to work together and work hard so that you could play a basketball game. Breathe in a sense of gratitude. You can take slightly deeper breaths and just feel a sense of thankfulness as you breathe in nice and deeply. And then when you exhale, share that gratitude out into the world. We'll do 3 breaths like that. Breathing in nice and deep. Feel a sense of thankfulness and gratitude for all the people that make this possible. And then when you breathe out that thankfulness so that it may touch other people. Now you can take your time, but you can start to move your fingers, move your hands, move your toes, open your eyes, and sit up. This is an adapted meditation that I created by myself, based off of a different meditation which is about the food that you eat. So you can do the same kind of meditation about, for example, a piece of fruit. When you eat a piece of fruit, if you take a few minutes to think about the people that were involved in getting that piece of fruit into your house and into your hand, it's remarkable. The people that worked in the shop, the people that put the fruit into the stall, the people that got the fruit from the lorry into the shop, the people that loaded the fruit onto the lorry, the people that harvested the fruit, the farmer that owns the land. You know, there are many, many, many people involved in just one small thing that you eat. It's incredible, really, just to make it happen just for one person. And it's a really, really powerful practice to think about that. The other thing I want to remind you of is just take a moment each evening to write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Can be anything, small things, big things. But if you do it every single night, it will start to change your experience. And you will start to see the good in things rather than the negative side. When you start to see the good in things and you start to be grateful for all of that stuff, your experience will change. And you might find that things will start to happen around you that you didn't expect. So I encourage you to do that. But now we are out of time. So if you have questions, we'll save them for next time. Thank you. See you later.